Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. It is January 15th. It is after dark, I don't know, probably 8 o'clock or so, maybe 7, I don't know. I honestly didn't look, but it's not that late. Hasn't been dark long. Nice and hot, nice and humid. It's been raining for days. I'm sweating. Yeah, great. Honestly, way preferable to it being cold and with snow on the ground. I've had enough years of that. So anyway, making another short video for you today. I picked up a Warren Series 18 severe duty. Okay, it's a used winch off of an MRAP. And I'm making this video because I know there's quite a few out there like this that were taken off of MRAPs and not really taken off carefully, you know, some wires cut, stuff like that. Now there are two different models of the Series 18. There's the regular Series 18, the commercial one, which a lot of MRAPs and stuff have on them anyway, and there is the severe duty, which has a permanently molded in solenoid. I don't even know if it's really a solenoid. It looks like a solid state relay, but it's not serviceable. You can't get it off. So when the wires are cut, you just kind of have to deal with it, splice them, or replace the whole solenoid pack with a regular type from a Series 18 commercial, and they're like 600 bucks. So I want to show you how you can, if you pick up one of these winches, how you can wire it up and test it and make sure it works. You know, there's no point moving forward with a winch that doesn't work when it's going to cost you just as much to fix it as it would to buy a new surplus one. So I've got it set up down here. I've done a little bit of wiring work and testing. This one works, which is awesome. Yeah, let me just show you how I did this. So I've got two batteries. Obviously you want it 24 volts. I had to make a ground cable that is number 1 welding lead. The factory power cable is also number 1. Now the power cable was not cut. It does have a slice in the jacket and some internal corrosion, so I'm gonna have to do something with that cable. But as you can see over here, it's permanently molded in, and that's not a cover that you can just take off. It's molded on there. Great for waterproofing, shitty for servicing. So the ground lead was missing, and the little ground cable for the solenoid or solid state relay, whatever it is, that was cut as well. The control cable assembly was cut off. But I've got 2 charged batteries here. Make sure the batteries you're using are charged, because I had this battery and that battery sitting over there, and they were charged, but they've been off the charger for a few weeks now, and that one is bad now. So I had those 2 hooked up and couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. And then I tested my voltage, and I only had like 18 volts, so not enough. So this gives me a 25.6 volts, and there are only, as you can see, 3 wires in the control cable assembly. So what I did was I used a test light, hooked it to my ground down there, and I just started testing which wires might be hot, and I came to find out that, oh well, I guess it would help if the thing was still on there, huh? The white one is the one that is hot. So when you have 3 wires and you have a winch that only runs in 2 directions, forward and back, right? That means you've got a source of power, and you've got 2 legs that you can put power to for either forward or reverse. So since we've got our power and all hooked up, you just take these and you touch them together. Let's see. Yep. See? And then you take the other ones and you touch them together, and you see you've got motion in both directions. So to rig up one of these cables, honestly, you can probably, and I know this sounds really hokey, but you can probably use a black extension cord, or if you can find some nice flexible I think it's SO type cable or something like that, as it's called, with the reinforcement in it, like these fiber reinforcements to keep it from pulling apart. You can use that, or you can use like some 4-wire PVC coated trailer. Let me see, I've got some over here. Just a couple of feet left from a wiring job I did for Erica. See, this is for doing commercial trailers, like semi-truck trailers and stuff. So it is a 4-conductor with a center reinforcement ribbon. So you don't have to use all 4 conductors, but you can use this wire. It's about $1.15 a foot. And the nice heavy-duty PVC jacket makes it really nice for running along a frame rail and stuff. So, I mean, hook that together, connect all your cables up, heat shrink it nice, and run this wherever you want it. And then for a switch, all you need is a 2-position momentary. So, see, one of these, on, off, on, spring loaded. That way you can go in and then out, right? And you don't want one that stays on in either direction, because you hit it and then you don't notice or whatever, and yeah, you end up destroying stuff. So, and me, I'm probably just going to mount this somewhere on a panel inside the truck in the cab. So anyway, that is how you hook up and test one of these winches. Obviously that's not like a load test, but with a winch it either works or it doesn't, generally speaking. So if you've got the commercial 24 volt series 18, which, like I said, there were a lot of those that came out of the surplus channels that also had the regular type solenoid pack that you could replace the solenoids in. That may be a different wiring setup for the control. I don't know, don't have one. So just sharing the information that I know. When you mount one of these, if you get it new, it'll come with instructions that tell you, do not mount the fair lead to the winch case itself. Now, it is my understanding that there are holes in the fair lead that are spaced exactly perfectly to allow you to bolt it onto the front of the winch itself. That also is the quickest way to destroy one of these winches. It will bust the case in a heartbeat. So if you mount it on your truck and you build your own bracketry, be sure to mount the fair lead separately in front of the winch, or have your front of your winch plate come up and you can sandwich the front of the winch plate between the winch body and the fair lead. That's another good way to do it. So this thing, you know, it's seen better days. The finish is not in very good shape. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I really, if I'm going to put one on the front of the truck, it would be nice if it looked good, right, to match the rest of the truck. I don't know. I may give this to my dad and see if I can get some other money together and get a little newer one with the regular solenoid pack. Or I may just clean this one up and paint it green or paint it black. I don't know. So it is cool that it's a working 18,000 pound winch, but it just, I put all this work into the truck, you know. I mean, the truck looks great. Really don't want to put a winch on that looks like shit, so I'll figure it out. That's not going to be happening today or tomorrow anyway, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, what else? Oh, if you don't have one already, these things, man. Hydraulic wire crimper. Awesome thing to have. This one is a Titan, and the reason I got this one as opposed to many of the others out there is this one actually goes all the way up to 2-watt cable, and I do most of the cables that I make for these trucks and other stuff I make out of 2-watt. So there's other ones you can get one at, like, you can get one like this at Harbor Freight. I think it only goes up to like number 1. So most of the ones out there you see actually don't go up to the sizes you really would need, which is a shame, because if you're like me, you went and bought one and then got home and realized, shit, it doesn't have the dies and the sizing. Well, okay, so the case sucks. But the tool is good. Wow. I think this was like, it cost me $72, but I bought it in town. It's probably cheaper online. Yeah. But I don't know if you saw that a minute ago, it also comes with extra O-rings and seals and stuff, so you can service it yourself if you need to. All right. I think that's it, guys. Appreciate you watching. As always, don't forget to check out our sponsors. Their information is in the description box below. If you haven't already, check out our Patreon. Just got that up and running finally. We've already got a couple of members on there, which is awesome. We appreciate you guys for that. So check you later, dudes.